Hi everyone, Debbie Cork here. Just wanted to share with you the latest journal I've just finished. It looks very similar to journals I've made before, but actually this one does feel a bit different. I started it about the time that we started self-isolating and wanted something to give me a bit of focus. So I picked magazine images to create the pages with backgrounds and using the images themselves. And I wanted to use something that recycled what I had to try and reduce the amount in my drawers, obviously, like every artist wants to. And I wanted a project that I didn't have to think too much. It was fairly stressful getting things in order, and I wanted something that would just keep my mind focused on something else, something a bit more pleasant. And this is the result. It's different in as much as I used the pages to create the books, which isn't new in itself. But when I picked the images, I just went through and found the page I wanted to put them on. So I didn't plan any of the pages at all. They're completely random, which is quite a new way of working for me. Normally I'm a planner, and I really enjoyed it. It was very freeing, and it meant that you didn't stop and think too much, so you could just focus on it. I was working with images that I'd chosen anyway, so they were all ones that I liked, so it was quite pleasing from that point of view. So handling the material and everything was nice. I wanted to have a bit of fun. I didn't want to think too deeply about anything, and the backgrounds and the images just are, because they're ones I've chosen that I actually like. I found that it was quite inspiring. I'm hoping to use it both as inspiration for future projects, future art projects, but also as a reminder of what it was like during this very strange time. What it felt like while I was doing this is actually easier to remember if you captured it on something visual. And it's also unusual in the fact that I started it about a week ago and actually saw the project right through from start to finish in about just over a week. So it's a very quick project to do. It doesn't take a lot of time. There's not a lot of preparation if you've got images and things that you've already saved already, or if you haven't, then you can just grab a magazine and cut out what you want. I'd really recommend it if you've not done collage or journaling before, because it really doesn't matter. It's one of those journals that's very forgiving. What I found was that there were some pages that I just liked the page themselves because they were images I'd chosen. So I'll point one out. So here, for example, this was already on the page, and this one too. So I didn't actually add anything to them because I liked them as they were. Some images I just added one extra image to make a bit of a fun collage. And there were other pages where it was actually a collection of images. And what's really nice about this type of work is that there will be pages that you don't like quite so much as the others, but it really doesn't matter. And as a recovering perfectionist, that's quite important, because particularly if you're starting out new, because you sometimes don't start because you think, oh, I could never do that. But actually it really is just a question of cutting out some pages to the size you want, folding them in half and then adding some images and then just sewing them together. And there's lots of YouTube videos on how to do that. It's just a 3 pamphlet stitch, very easy. So that was how it came about. This is the finished result. What did I learn from doing this journal? I learned lots of things. One is that it's really good to have a focus on something other than things that are going on around you. B, that I can't actually cut straight, even with a paper cutter. Found that on several occasions, but I didn't let it worry me, I just carried on. And also I used a template to cut the pictures, and they all came out different sizes, you can see here. Who would have thought that had been carefully measured? But there you go. So you can see it really doesn't matter. When I was putting it together, I didn't get the sewing quite right. I didn't have the right number of signatures. Oh, it was one of those that actually you could say technically is not great, but actually it really doesn't matter. The whole purpose of this was the focus, and nothing else actually matters. And I'll look back on it in years to come and think, oh yes, how great is that paper cutting? But it really doesn't matter. So I really would encourage you to have a go. It really is that simple. You just have to put a collection of things that you like together. It's easy to do if you've got one magazine. Just go through and cut out images and then use the rest of the pages to create a magazine, to create the pages, sorry, and just as I say, have a go. If you have a page that you don't like, it doesn't matter, because you can either just move on to the next one, or you can cover it up. Either is absolutely fine. So it is a great way to experiment with both glue books and collage. I liked the fact of, I had the pages and then I had an image, took an image out of baskets, or the first one I came across, and then actually just put it down onto the page that I liked. Just flicked through the pages until I found where I thought it would look nice, and then just carried on and did the same, kept doing the same thing. If I came across an image that didn't seem to go on any pages, I just put it back in the box and picked another one. So it's there's absolutely no pressure with this to create anything specific, and you end up with a book that full of images that you like, and also if it's your first one, you know, it's satisfaction of actually doing something. It's very easy to get overwhelmed and not actually start these things, but now that we've got a bit more time, it's quite nice to have time to spend doing things like that. So there we have it. It's very it's not a very big book. It's 5 3/4 inches tall by 5 inches wide, with a 1 3/4 inch spine, and I used a chocolate box left over from Christmas for the cover, so you can the only expense really is the Pritt stick. I used this is just a magazine image that I cut up and put it on the different front and back, and then I used just more images to cover both the front, back and the spine. I didn't wrap them round, and so I've just put some very wide sellotape on there just to hold it, and also some wide sellotape here just so that it gives a bit of strength to the end. You can varnish it, but the point of this book was that it was simple. I've used a fishing line for the sewing in, just so that you can still see the images on the spine. So there are 6 signatures in all, as you can see. They're not straight. There were sort of 7 or 8 pages in each, depending on my counting on that day. And it gives, you can make it as big or as small as you like. So there you have it. I hope it inspires you to have a go, or if not, just thank you for watching and watch me flip through it, and I hope they're sort of images that bring you joy as well. Okay, thanks very much. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.